So why did it die? So I'm going to show you guys, like taking the carburetor off and just working, you know, just trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe help give you guys confidence to look into it yourself on what the problem could be and to help diagnose it. So we're firing it up, firing it up, firing it up, and it just won't crank. It won't fire. So obviously it either has an air issue, a spark issue, or a fuel issue. Well, the quickest way to figure out what the issue is spray a little starter fluid into the carburetor. When I say a little, that's it. And attempt to fire it. I did, and it started right up, and it ran until it ran out of the starter fluid that was in there. Tells me right there, air's fine, spark is fine, it's fuel. I knew that's what it was. And that's what it was. If it didn't start when I did that, the next easiest thing to do obviously is the air cleaner. And then the next easiest thing to do, well, easiest is air cleaner. But if the air cleaner appears to be clean enough, then the next thing is see if you can spray a little starter fluid into your carburetor, and if it fires, you got a fuel issue. If it doesn't fire, then you might have a spark issue. The spark, it could be a bad plug, it could be a broke wire, it could be a bad electrical system in the mower. It might, you know, maybe the rotor, the stator, or whatever the hell all that crap is. I don't know from engine to engine what they are, but you know, you got coils, you got flywheel, you got mag, you got all types of crap going on in there. Something might not be sending the signal, and it could be a hard break where you got to take it to a shop, get a part, have them further diagnose it. But for you and me, we should be able to do our own basic diagnosis. So the first thing to do, once you have the air cleaner off, like I said, little starter fluid, and if it fires, diagnosis complete, you got a fuel problem. You could be out of gas, you could have the fuel line shut off, you could have an inline fuel filter so clogged up, you could have it installed backwards. So check the basics, from the fuel tank all the way down. Open the cap, look in the cap, see what you got going on, which he has a cap that is redonkulous. Okay, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. He's bone dry. You can't be serious. Bone dry. Well, no wonder it just turned off, Timmy. Guys, I did not know that was going to happen. I, honest to God, did not know that was going to happen. Let me put fuel in this, and let me see if it fires. Alright, I'm going to see if I can fire it up. I put about, I don't know, 1.5 cups, 2 cups of fresh ethanol-free fuel in here. Let me see if I can fire this up on the table. Not the best thing to do. Be careful. I'm being lazy. I don't even know if I'm going to have the strength to do this. The arm strength. Okay, I don't want things to get too hot. You see how it's got that hesitation? It's surging, that's the word I was looking for. It's got that little surge to it. You can see the carburetor was the choke, or the governor was probably it was doing that, right? So I want to see if we can stop it from doing that for him. So what I'm going to first do now is with my bucket and with my funnel, I'm going to take the fuel line off here. I'm going to drain the fuel tank out. So if there was any little dirt in there, we're going to drain it out this way. Then we're going to go ahead and start tackling the carburetor. This isn't really hard to do. You just got to get to the back of the carburetor, to the back of the to the back of the carburetor, so you get this little air box out of the way. Let me be the first to tell you guys, I am not a small engine mechanic. I did not go to school for this. I'm not certified at this. I did, however, stay at a Holiday Inn Express, but not last night. So this is probably not going to go too well. But in all seriousness, I can only show you from experience. I don't have too much of it, other than some shade tree work. So feel free to leave some advice if you'd like, but go easy on me, guys. I'm not pretending to be a fixer man. I will say this, Toro Fixes All, T-A-R-Y-L's YouTube channel. He is a mechanic on all this stuff, and I highly recommend you guys check him out. He has saved my butt on one of my lawnmowers, and I gave him lots of credit for it, so I continue to give him lots of credit. So please, guys, check out Toro Fixes All, his YouTube channel. He's a really good mechanic. So this little air box right here, you got the little vacuum line, breather line. I already pulled those off, right? Here's the carburetor, and the thing I don't like about these carburetors, these newer carburetors, is it's so hard to get to all this stuff. But if you get the air box out of the way, it's a little bit easier. But you got this throttle thing right here that goes with some vacuum on the other side that spins and does something for some reason, and I don't know any of that crap. All I know is it sucks butt, and I wish that shit wasn't on these machines, but they are. And we got to deal with them. So here's the fuel line coming from the tank. So we're going to take this little clip off right here, and we're going to pull the fuel line. We're going to drain it into this bucket. And I thought I brought a funnel with me, but I guess I didn't. But sorry that I'm not in the shot, but I'm not the carburetor, so I don't need to be. Now we're going to pull off this little fuel line, or at least try to. It's kind of from the heat. It kind of like welds itself on. Might have to get a little twist here and there. There you go. Once you get that twisted, now it's going to want to leak, so be really careful, right? Keep it above the fuel tank and it won't leak. Flip it through real fast right here, and have something to catch it in. Take off the cover so it flows a little better, and try to let that fuel tank get cleaned out. Like I said, there's not a lot of fuel in there, so give me a second, I'll be right back. We're going to drain this out. Okay, whoa, I didn't mean to scare you like that. I know